Happy holidays, everybody. It's December 11th, so we're approaching busy time of year for everybody, I'm sure. And I felt it was about time I sent another update. I'm approaching my 2-year post-op anniversary from my fusion at L4, L5 in my lower back. And I have to say that things are still going great. I was a little fearful that as time went on, I would start feeling some different aches and pains and things like that. And I will say, certainly with the colder weather, as it comes in with the dampness and the snow and winter temperatures, of course, I do get some achy pain kind of stuff. But that's to be expected, especially as I approach my 40s. So, yeah, generally I've been doing great. I hiked about 5 miles over Thanksgiving weekend, and it had been some time since I'd been out because I was busy working at my desk, doing things at home, and really sitting a lot, which is probably the worst thing I could be doing for my back. Not walking at all, not doing any kind of physical activity. So I think that's also attributed to kind of the aches and pains that I've been feeling. But it's nothing even worthy of an Aleve or any kind of pain medication, just a little achy. So yeah, regarding my lower back, it's been great. I'm still very thankful for going through the process of having the fusion and encourage people to really consider it if you're living a lifestyle that's not your typical active lifestyle due to pain. I know it's not the option for everybody, but I will say at my age it was definitely the best thing I could have done to continue the lifestyle that I wanted to lead. And hopefully it lasts me for some time yet. I think I'm pretty solid in that lower lumbar area. I will say, though, that my cervical area hasn't been doing quite as well, and I don't think it's related at all to that, but I did injure the disc between my C5, C6 region back in college when I was lifting weights. I herniated that disc, and so since then, that was back in the oh goodness, that would have been like mid 90s. It's starting to degenerate because of my tendency to have this disc degeneration. So that's kind of the next level to be looking at. And the only issue that I'm really having is just some pain, nothing at all like what I was dealing with my lower back, because of course I don't have the pressure of my whole body on this area. But right now, for instance, when I turn my head this way, like this is about as far as I can turn it, and then I get a pain right down through here. It's very deep. It's like I just need a good massage, but I can't get into that area very well. So it's not really worthy of a surgery, which I'm thankful about because I certainly have no interest in going to do that right now. That's a surgery where they actually have to go in through the neck here. And I did have an MRI recently just to check and see what was going on. I hadn't had an MRI in that region for some time. So it looks like not only is that disc pretty well degenerated, but the one below it, which I guess would be my, like between C6, C7, is also protruding now and affecting the spinal cord just a little bit. So yeah, well, this happens as we get older, doesn't it? But again, it's nothing that's debilitating. It's nothing that I've really had to take any kind of drugs for. Every now and then I will take an Aleve for this just to loosen up my mobility. What my neurosurgeon has done is suggested I start doing physical therapy for this region now and see if that kind of helps. So he prescribed 3 times a week for 8 weeks physical therapy, which I have not set up yet. It's just such a busy time of year, and 3 times a week is a big commitment, to make it effective. So I know how I am with my physical therapy. I'm a bad girl. I have not done anything for my lower back since probably 6 months after my surgery as far as the actual physical therapy exercises. I mean, I certainly did try to walk, and one thing I really need to do in the new year is, again, get back to my regular walking schedule and drink more water, which is always my downfall. I am very dehydrated, I know that, and I just don't like water. So I need to come up with a method, or I just read an article about foods that have a lot of water in them, so, celery, grapes, watermelon, obvious things like that. So maybe I just need to stock up on those things so I can snack on healthy foods and get my water intake at the same time. But that's really critical to keep those discs hydrated. And as I'm getting older, I realize that if I don't take care of myself in those ways, it is going to just get worse. So that's kind of my recommendation to all of you too who have the similar issues. But otherwise, I really have no other major updates as far as my back goes. I'm doing great. I don't have any real residual pain like into my legs or my feet. I will say sometimes when we are out hiking, like for a long distance like that, I mean 5 miles is a decent distance. I do get a little bit of numbness in my left foot. So there must be, as my back gets a little inflamed from the walking, it must be triggering a nerve that leads to that left foot because it just feels like it's fallen asleep. It's not a painful thing, it's just a little bit annoying. But it always gets better, once I settle down and finish the walk. We are planning a big trip this summer coming up. We did go camping, and I think I did give an update since that this past summer, which would be the summer of 2013, we were traveling again out west. We were in the car for 3.5 weeks, traveling all over the place. I think we did over 7,000 miles. We did about 1,000 miles in the first day, and I was really fine with that. I have a little seat that I use in the car. I got it at Relax the Back, and it's kind of just a foam thing that helps, give me a little extra cushion. That helps with that lower back area, the tailbone and stuff. And then I have a lumbar pillow. I might have mentioned this before. I got it at REI. It's actually a camping pillow. It's kind of made out of the sleeping pad material, so it rolls up really tight when you want to pack it. But then when you open it, it expands, and you can kind of make it the thickness that you want it. So it's nice because it's a perfect shape to fit in that lumbar area. So if anybody does travel and feel like you need that extra support there, that's a really great tool, and it's very inexpensive and very portable. So something to consider. Again, that was through REI. You can go to rei.com and probably just look up like camping pillows and find it. It's a shape almost like kind of like a kidney shape. It's hard to explain, but it's very handy to have. So this coming summer, we're doing a similar trip, and we did tent camp last summer, which was interesting, but I was able to bring an aero bed, so I kind of cheated, but it worked out fine. I slept fine on that. This summer, however, we are going backpacking, so it's not going to be very practical to be taking an aero bed in my backpack. Also, I haven't carried a pack since, the late 1990s. So it'll be interesting. I'm going to have to do a little training, I'm sure, before that. I won't be carrying too much. Fortunately, I have 3 boys in my family who can carry the heavy stuff, but it will be different from just typical hiking. So hopefully I don't overdo it. We're going to be out for a few days, not too long, so we won't have to carry a whole lot, but we will have all of our tent, sleeping bags, sleeping pads, all that stuff. So my goal right now is I've been researching camping, like sleeping pads that are a little bit better than your traditional like 1-inch pad, because I'm just really concerned about that sleeping on an inch thickness. I know, I'm going to wake up after hiking several miles each day and feel that. So there is a sleeping pad out now that has great reviews. It's very lightweight. It's a little more expensive, of course, but it does have about a 3.5-inch thickness with the pad on it. So, and it's supposed to be fantastic. So I'm hoping for Christmas Santa brings that for me. But if not, I'll probably end up investing in that just to save myself some aches and pains through the trip. But yeah, it's an ambitious thing to do. But I'm excited to even have the opportunity to try it, and we'll see how it goes. And if it's too much, we can always pack back and get a hotel room. So, but yeah, everything's been great, and I just wanted to give an update because I know a bunch of you have, kind of followed my progress over the last 2 years. It's hard to believe that it's been 2 years. I was just thinking, gosh, 2 years ago I couldn't even put my socks on after the surgery by myself, and here I'm living a completely normal lifestyle with no pain, and I'm just so thankful that I found a great doctor. I have family that could help me get through that recovery process, and I'm back to living the life that I wanted to live, that I used to live. So just do your research. Make sure that whoever you hire has a long list of positive references specific to the surgery that you're having done. I can't emphasize enough. If you go with the wrong doctor and if you don't follow the recovery rules, probably chances are you're going to have some residual pain and issues afterwards. So just listen to your doctor, and I really do feel that the neurosurgeon was the key to all of this versus maybe just a typical orthopedic doctor, because the nerves have so much to do with the success of your recovery, how that's all handled, and that there's no issues during the operation. So that's the scoop, and I hope everybody has a happy holiday, and you're always welcome to email me or comment, and I try to get back to people as soon as I can. So thanks again, and Happy New Year. Hope to talk again with an update next year. Hopefully it's a good one. Okay, take care.